All right, man. I paid attention to a little bit of the game, Pistons and Bucks yesterday at Little Caesars. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. One of the things that I noticed watching that game is the Pistons seem to move the ball. They have a lot of ball movement. You know what I'm saying? That ball, they kind of cutting a lot more. That ball ain't sticking in one person's hand too much. So yeah, that was one of the things that I really paid attention to last night. Um, watching that game, that ball was not sticking in one person's hand. They was moving that ball. They was getting it to the open guy. They was cutting. You know what I'm saying? I seen Ron Hollins, kind of, hesitate to take a few threes, but I seen the Vinicini guy, he kind of hesitated a little bit and all that, but for the most part, I like the fluidity of the offense already. I like the way that ball was just moving, and I understand Giannis and a lot of the older guys didn't play. Dame played a few minutes, but that ball was moving. That ball was moving. They was cutting. And they seem to have a sense of urgency out there, or a pep in their step. I don't want to say urgency in preseason, but they seem to have a pep in their step. And maybe, Monty, when we go back to Monty Williams, maybe honestly, we know he didn't want to be here. He said he did it for the money, and I appreciated him for being honest about coming here and doing it for the bread. He didn't want the job, and when you got that stigma on you that you don't want the you turned it down and they offered you a whole bunch of money, and now people looking at you kind of funny or whatever, like, oh yeah, dog don't want to be here, he don't want to do it or whatever. That's hard to escape, especially when you're not winning basketball games. And yesterday it just seemed like they may just it just looked different. Now we've been hearing other coaches say, well, we coaching them. You know what I'm saying? We teaching. We keep hearing that all the time. We hear that all the time. We teaching. But, since they've been, in the off season, I know they've done some things in the facility, by their own choice, but you can kind of see it's looking different. Now, would that be the case when the regular season start? Would it equate the wins and all that? Only time will reveal that. But that ball is moving. That's what I like about it. That ball is moving. It ain't sticking in one person's hand too much. They sharing the ball. They played with a little bit more pace last night. And that's what a lot of people have been asking for, as I have. And they threw out IVK during Tim Hardaway and Fonacino, I can't pronounce his name, yesterday, in his preseason. But Ivy played very, very well. He didn't have turnover. That's somewhat of a shocker. He just did his thing. He still took the most shots, as he should. But, Ivy hit all his threes. Paul Reed is a guy they've been raving about. Ron Hollins, he's going to take some adjustments, but he's a willing three-point shooter. Isaiah Stewart, going back to center, Sasser, didn't hit a three though, but he was 4 from 8. Wonder Moore, he has some good minutes. Junior, he has some. So, like I said before, I just like the way, and Tobias didn't even play. A lot of these guys didn't play. Obviously, Ashore had the blood clots, and, the other kid we got in the second round, Kiltman, he had a calf contusion. So, yeah, But yeah, they seem to have a rejuvenated pep in their step. Yeah, they seem to have a pep in their step about how they went about it yesterday, and they played with pace. You got all them young legs. Why not move the basketball, push the pace? That was my whole thing. Why not push the pace? And now you kind of seeing that you know, that JB Bickerstaff is seeing exactly what I'm seeing on I'm seeing. So that's one of the things that stood out to me. Yeah, that's one of the things that stood out to me is the pace and them sharing the basketball and the ball moving. So they kind of already going in the right direction. You know, Duran also I paid attention to. He was a little bit more defensive sound out there. You know, and even Kay Cunningham was a little bit more defensive sound out there as well too. They made some plays out there. They was hustling defensively. They was communicating. Um, so at the end of the day, it's good to see that translate from off season in the preseason. But you know, will that translate when the real pros come out on the floor? Because they was playing a lot of their younger guys, and the Pistons was just trying to get their younger guys some reps and all that. But at some point, you know, they have to mature. You know, at some point, these Pistons have to mature and become a veteran group and learn to win. And they put some guys around them that can shoot, that's been around the league, that been in the NBA finals, that been around other superstars and all that type of stuff. So I think it's gonna be fairly interesting, to see how this all play out for them. But, quite frankly, I kind of already like what I'm seeing that the brother JB Bickerstaff is bringing to the table. And maybe he can do some things in Detroit that he couldn't do maybe he could do some things in Detroit that he couldn't do in Cleveland. Because obviously, the rumor was Donovan Mitchell didn't run him there. In order for Donovan Mitchell to resign, for the most part, it was pretty much insinuated that they had to get rid of JB Bickerstaff. That was a good word on the street. So, but maybe with Donovan Mitchell being there, not being there, not having that true superstar who got all that control over the franchise, and having a good relationship with Cade Cunningham, now he can do some things because these guys are young and moldable. Donovan Mitchell's a veteran player, so you know how that goes. But excuse me, but you know how that go. So he want things done his way. But yeah, that's all I really had, man. That's one thing I pretty much noticed. So I continue to cover the preseason when I can. This was on ESPN, so I don't know who else gonna be carrying their basketball games from now on. But yeah, if not, I'll just do what I did last year and stream them. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button, this is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase chance, get notifications. We go live, we drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.